So the next process we're going to address is steaming, texturing, and preparing our milk. It's extremely important. Steaming quality milk really relies on consistency, and even as we steam whole milk, skim milk, soy, and almond, our technique doesn't change or vary very much, very slightly. With milk, we only want to steam what we're actually going to use, so we have different crafts available for different sized drinks. We have the short craft, which is actually 12 ounces. That's for our short drinks, macchiatos, cortados, any smaller beverage. The next craft up is a 20-ounce craft that we'll use for making our talls or grandes, and then there's a 32-ounce craft that we'll use for making our venti drinks. The best place to fill the crafts is about halfway or just under the bottom of the spout, so it'll give us just the amount of milk that we need. So if you have a big craft and you don't have enough milk in the craft, what will happen is you won't have enough milk to create the vortex that we need to let air and create foam into the milk. If we have too much milk in our craft, then we don't have enough room for the foam to build up as we let air and as we steam and get that whirlpool going, and it'll probably overflow and create just a big mess. Something that's really important to remember when you're steaming milk is to never overheat or ever reheat. Do not reheat the milk. What's happening when we heat the milk is it's caramelizing the natural sugars in the milk, so it makes it kind of sweet. That's why it goes so well with the coffee. If we overheat or reheat, then we basically burn out those natural sugars, and it can make the coffee bitter and really affect the taste in a negative way. So never reheat, and try to avoid overheating. I know some customers ask for it, and of course we're going to give them what they ask for. But on the normal, we do not want to overheat and never reheat the milk. So when it comes to steaming the milk, I like to hold the craft flat and insert the wand at an angle, steam wand at an angle, because that's going to help create the whirlpool to allow air to get in to develop the foam that we need for making our coffee. If the steam wand is too low, it'll really have a low but loud sound, and that's not good. We're not letting any foam develop, and it's going to force the milk out of the craft. If it's too high, it's going to scratch and hiss and put too much foam into the milk, really big bubbles that we do not want. And so we really want to be just under the surface, about half a centimeter. When we turn the steam wand on, there'll be a slight hiss. We can call that the scratching or stretching the milk. We'll be very gentle. We don't want to make any harsh movements or create any harsh hisses or stretching in the milk. It'll be real subtle. Now when the milk is getting warm to our touch, it's coming to body temperature, then we know we want to stop stretching the milk at that point. If we keep going past that, it's going to be too hot, and it's going to let air bubbles that are too big and create too much foam that are hard to get out. So once it gets warm to the touch, we'll go ahead and stop stretching the milk. There shouldn't be any more hissing sound being made. Submerge the wand just a little bit, but not too deep. And then when the milk is getting hot to the hand and it's too hot to hold, that's when we know we're coming to the end point of our steaming. And at that point, we'll also hear a low pitch drop in the sound of the milk. That's when we know our milk's ready to go. So we can turn the wand off. What's important to remember when we're steaming our milk is before we even begin to steam, we want to purge our steam wand. Let the steam run through, get going at the right temperature, at the right pressure, and then we can insert it into milk and begin to steam. And when we're done steaming our milk, when we remove the steam wand, we want to make sure that we clean the steam wand very well. There's no milk buildup or residue on the steam wand. We also want to purge the steam wand again so there's no milk building up inside of the steam wand. Now when we're done steaming our milk, we'll tap the craft lightly on the bar, knock out any air bubbles, and then keep spinning the milk, keeping a swirling motion so that the foam doesn't settle.